Right, so Wings of an Angel, the verse guitars. Thought this maybe deserved another video to maybe explain what I think's going on with them. It's perhaps a weird sort of tuning they're using for that. I'll show you my thought process to how I think they've got into that. Okay, so I'm in E flat standard, so it's just every string half a step down, as you probably know, with all the kind of newer Def Leppard stuff, that's what they do. So the main riff kind of always goes back to these two sustaining notes, which is like the B and the E. B, second fret of the A string, and the E, the second fret of the D string. So it's kind of doing. I think fair enough. That seems straightforward. Nothing too weird, like fingering wise. But the bass notes underneath, goes to G and A and then an E. But it also goes to the D below the low E. So it's like, so you think, oh, straight away, well, I need to tune down even further. But before I did that, I figured out you could play it like an octave higher, which is what I do in the cover, by using the top B and E strings for the sustaining notes. And then on the D string, you can hit the G, the A, the D, and then the E. So I thought, like, maybe they did it like that, but maybe put like a kind of pitch shifting thing on it or an octave pedal. So I thought I might try that myself then before I decide to tune down. So I did that, but it doesn't sound great, as you can hear. Maybe that's just the type of effect that I have. It doesn't make it sound good, but I kind of thought, well, it's unlikely they'd use that kind of effect anyway. But I thought, I don't know, that effect might be good for me in the future if I'm doing something like it. But maybe not for this song. Okay, so I'm in drop D. It's really drop C sharp because we're like half a step down. So this is already kind of new territory, I think, for the band. I mean, this is in the realms of, really heavy, Pantera sort of riffage. So I'm thinking, okay, so I've got that low D note now. So let's see how I can play the riff. But then I realised that stretch there from going from the G to the A, they're now up 2 frets and I can't keep a hold of the B and E. I mean, I don't know. You can kind of maybe get around it by using the open A, but those B and E notes have to sustain, I think. That's how they sound. So I'm thinking, well, how do we get it so they can sustain like the top ones, the top B and E? So I thought, well, is there any sort of tuning out there which has, a low B and E as open strings? So I looked it up. Turns out there's an open E tuning which has E, B, E, I think G sharp, B, E. So I thought, oh right, maybe you try that now. Okay, so now I'm in that kind of open E tuning, but with the drop D. Again, but technically we're all half step down, but let's not worry about that. So now I've got those sustaining B and E notes, and it's easy to play the G and A, because that's all I need to fret. And with the drop D, I can hit that D now. And with the G string being like half a step higher, I think it kind of helps out with the kind of chord shapes on those kind of little bits in between. Kind of makes it a bit easier to play. That's what I think is going on with the verse guitar and Wings of an Angel. I think it's an open E tuning with a drop D. Again, half a step down. It's a bit weird for them to do that sort of thing, but I guess whatever works. And again, it might be something completely different. It could be like a baritone guitar or something like that. I'd like to think that they maybe play the song live, but with something like that, makes you wonder if they'd be able to do it, because I'm pretty sure all the other guitars are just in, standard half a step down. So yeah, that's just how you play the verse guitars and Wings of an Angel.